Good morning. This is Sea Spirit Tarot, and I'm here with my daily thoth reading and maybe a couple other ones before I go off and do something else. I cherish the time of the spiritual path with my tarot, but I'm at a point right now, since I began this in June, I need to get off this, spending so much time, and take a little break. I don't mean a month, I don't mean days, because I'll probably do one or two maybe of my 31 days of tarot recording today too, but I feel like if I don't do some yoga, I'm going to die. Even though I've been riding my bike, just some things I need to do here. Because I am Diana, the wild thing. The wild thing, and I need to go out and do the wild thing. The beach, the outside, or even if the wild thing is coming all the way into me. So, our reading today, the Arcturian card we got is balance. The moon is in Virgo today. Virgo is, I'm a Pisces, that's my opposite sign. Virgo is a very hard sign for me. It's the sign with my mother. It's the sign, it's where I think I got into all this guilt and suffering. I mean, I can't blame her, right? I know that, I've known that. And that is almost gone as I be who I am. But they're my friends that, you know, rearrange my water glass at the restaurant. Just always trying to improve me. But I'm a sloppy Pisces, and they're inside the line Virgo sometimes. So it's kind of crazy how that gets. This card, balance, there's the part you would trace. The colors. I don't know how the colors show. You know, on everyone's computer's different. But they're just beautiful. And you have the Vesics of Pisces in here too also, which is the bee creation. You know, the seed of creation. There was a dot, there was a line, there was a thought, the thought. Thought became the word, the line became the manifestation, however you want to give it. But I think this is just gorgeous. I don't want to take it down, it's so gorgeous. And this, from my mood this morning, of which when I know that I'm kind of down, and then I see it's the moon in Virgo. Virgo. But this is what I've had shut down probably since I was about 4, I want to say. It's my capacity to love. And since love is the answer, that is what power on. Whoops. We are working on today. Power off. The matrix that wants me to carry that guilt trip just turned off maybe, huh? Anyway, I think this is a beautiful card. And the colors of these cards are so beautiful. I had a palm reader tell me one time in the mid-90s, my palmist, who I took classes from, but palmistry is not really my gig. He says, I don't think anyone knows you. He says, I'm not even sure that your children even know who you are. Been working on that for a long time. Working on it now because my guides gave me this job. And as I said, I am a crone. So sitting close to 70, looking at the coming of what's to come, you know, the crone wisdom, the society thing, having been in medical and having to go back into medical in a little while, not as an employee, you have no idea until you reach this milestone. It is one day you just wake up and it's there. So, it was my Virgo confession for the day. We have a great spread here, I think. Our first card is Leo Fire, and he calls us lust. And strength would be in the other decks. But this is awesome because this is the harlot, whore of Babylon, who has served every purpose and been around the wheel, has given up in absolute surrender to become the Grail herself. She rides on the back, controlling the 7-headed beast of all the miasmas, the negative energies, the programming that she has had to endure. And only in complete sacrifice to herself. Because the lust that we have, this lust that we have, is for the divine. It is for the divine. And we are the divine spark. This is the Leo card, the sun, daughter of the flaming sword. Scarlet woman of Babylon becomes the Holy Grail. Ecstatic dissolution, dissolving, delusion of all we are into the universal Godhead. The great horror, so strong, is our desire for the divine. So we lust for that. And this fire energy is sexual energy. You know, without that's what our spark is. That's the part that keeps you going. So coming up with this card today, I forgot to look and see what my last card was. Oh, the Tower. Last card yesterday was the Tower. This is a learning spread, but, you know, I think the universe isn't stupid. It puts out there what we need to see. So I just read this as a 3-card spread. I don't read a past, present, future. I do kind of like, you know, look at the first card from where yesterday's card was and kind of as a transition, I guess. So maybe I'd be lying there. I don't know. But anyway, the first reading today is lust. And you know, Virgo, virgin. Virgin does not mean what the patriarch says, that it is someone with an intact hymen who has never had sex. A virgin is one like the fool, who is so open and so innocent to everything. I mean, she's a Holy Grail now, and she's the whore of Babylon. So it's where your spiritual frequency goes. The second card is also a fire card, and it is Prince of the Chariot of Fire, the Prince of Wands. I don't know. Like I said, anything we do in the daylight around here is difficult. And I guess the mark of the beast is on his chest. I watched this most awesome set of videos, Michael Tellinger and linguistics, numerology guy, a scholar kind of guy, right? Established scholar. And he put the book of Tarot in the Bible, all the way through the Bible. And if you took the 666 and translated it back to whether it was Greek or Sanskrit or what, I'm not really sure. I mean, yeah, it comes to 777, which is Christ consciousness. It's really pretty cool how they hooked the tarot up with the books of the Bible. Anyway, I'm just drifted off today, aren't I? 20 degrees of Cancer, which rules the moon, Cancer, the crab, the emotions, to 20 degrees of Leo, the fire. Now, Leos are very emotional, too. They're emotional in like the pride, the pride of the Leo, the feelings of the Leo. But the Leos have such a large heart to give. The fire representing, to me, the heart. And Cancer, you know, the Chariot in the major arcana the Chariot is Cancer. And there's a lion, a winged lion almost. No, it's a lion with a mane. And he is sitting in a yoga posture. And the rays come out from his head. He is being and radiating and balanced. He is uniting. Pretty awesome card. Now let me see what I wrote down. Prince of the Chariot of Fire, noble, generous. He can boast and feed you a line while laughing at the whole idea, the silliness of it all, and at himself too. He is strong, enduring, and he always wins. Self-reflecting. Self-reflecting. I wrote that down for some reason. It's a beautiful card. I cherish this card today as a hint to myself to go balance myself, but use that the cardiovascular system, whether it be in yoga to dilate it out or work on the hormones and such, are on my bicycle. Lovely reading. And then we have the Two of Swords. And I'd mentioned yesterday we're all looking for that diamond core, aren't we? But here we have the Two of Swords. And another thing I noticed today, and of course I have the small deck. See the, what do they call these? The hilts of the swords? Maybe I'm a little bit schizophrenic. It looks like people with one arm up, like they're meeting in the middle, but holding the boundary on the outside, and maybe I can get my schizoaffective validation guarantee here. And you have a lotus. Now this is an air sign because it's a sword, but it's water in air. This is the moon at the very first 10 degrees of Libra. So it's very reflective. It is said that people that have this card, this birth card, are very exact on weighing the stone and the feather, and that any judgment that they make is done in absolute balance. So we have fire, air to feed the fire, and a little bit of water. Lord of Peace restored. So, but remember that swords are sharp. They pierce, they kill. They're two-sided. They are meant, in our society for war, for death. Instrument of action, like the mind, and the swords represent the mind. The Rosh, which is the intellectual part of the soul, and it is always in movement. The mind is the enemy to be overcome. Fearful that its existence and control will end, it becomes anxious and frustrated. And while this is the most peaceful, see, peace of the swords, of the cards, it's often read with a woman, a blindfold, and some anxiety, sometimes with peace, that they're just not dealing with it, or with anxiety of which choice to make. So for me today, I'm going to continue to work on myself to become the Grail, and to be. So what if I'm a wild woman? I was a wild beach woman. I was a wild woman in the mountains, and I'm a wild woman here. But I'm a wild woman in the nature, and I just don't value a lot of values. Never did, but now that I'm a crone, it's even worse. So anyway, Major Arcana, strength, lust for the divine. Paramahansa Yogananda said everything in your life can wait, but your search for self-realization cannot. Using my soul source strength, heart and energy, fire, to balance who I am. This is almost another reflection that I know I need to do some yoga for my shoulders and my lower back. And I plan on having a beautifully peaceful day and keeping the mind fuck out of my head. And as I sit here doing this, I realize that the shelf right in front of me that I see partly is the same as this turquoise of the lotus flower, which is one of my very favorite colors. Once again, the Arcturian card is balance. And there we have those same colors almost repeated again. Coming from the sword, huh? And capacity to love. It's hard to show them both. So that's the daily thoth lesson reading. I'm doing a thoth lesson every day because I don't know the thoth, and I only can absorb a few things in it, and I try to use Crowley quotes the best I can because that's what I'm looking for. I'm not doing all the magic work, and I haven't even got there, but I mean, as far as like a system of Golden Dawn, I am my own system, just like I'm an eclectic witch, just like I am everything and I am nothing. But it's that deep meanings that I'm looking for in these cards. The rest of the little stuff will work out. Because, you know what is that silly joke they say? It's all going to come out we'll all be okay in the end, and if it's still working, it's not the end. I honor my Diana, Lady of the Beast, Goddess of Light. Self-sufficient, free goddess who lives life on her own terms. Stands for that part of us that is at home in the wildness, at home with our primitive, instinctual nature. The lust for the divine and to know who we are. If you came by, I thank you. Many blessings. May the goddess bless. I'm doing this as my retirement and spiritual lesson is suggested, I say forced on me, by my higher self, my guides, whatever. So thank you. Thank you. The answer is love.